Welcome to Take Two on Tuesday. I am Mayor Karen Love in Gulfport, Florida, and today's episode is going to deal with what I'm going to call permit responsibility. Most folks have made it through phase one and have got their permits opened and closed, but some have not. So that's who I want to address today, is the folks that still are not in compliance. And I want you to be aware that enforcement is taking place on a weekly, monthly basis. So who am I speaking to? I'm speaking to our newer residents and investors who maybe have bought a home since the floods. They maybe bought a property that has a lot of unpermitted work that was done, okay? And it's your responsibility to check that and see. If you have bought a home in wonderful condition but no permits have been issued, you do have a problem, okay? Likewise, if you're an investor and maybe you bought up some properties right after the floods and there were SDE letters issued on those properties and the seller decided to sell rather than to take action, those SDE letters do not go away. Just because the seller didn't answer for them doesn't mean that you, the new owner of the property, isn't going to have to answer for them. None of these issues just disappear on their own, and putting your head in the sand is not going to help anything. One of the things that I'm seeing that's very disconcerting to me is the number of people who are coming in to make some improvements on their house, or maybe they had a minor issue during the flooding and they are coming in, getting their permits, doing their work, and then the inspector goes out and lo and behold, the inspector finds a whole bunch of other work that was done, maybe prior to the ownership of these people, but it needs to be permitted now. So a classic example of that is where maybe you had a little bit of water in your basement and you're trying to take care of this minor issue, and then you've gone the right road, and then the inspector comes in and says, wait a second, these are breakaway walls. You're not allowed to have finished space down here. And they say, well, it was like that when we bought it. It is now that person's responsibility to take care of that issue. So I'm just asking so much that people do their due diligence, and they're checking, whether you're a realtor or a new buyer, you're checking on permits. Are they open? Are they closed? Were none ever pulled and yet it's in a floodplain? Do your due diligence, please, because our goal here in Gulfport is not to take you to the magistrate court. Our goal is to bring everybody up to compliance, and that requires that you do your work, all righty? So, hope to see you again next Tuesday. Bye-bye for now.